Oh, yep, okay. Wow. Damn. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We are going to be getting into Shippuden today, beginning a new arc. I think we're going to do episodes 197 and 198. Just so y'all know, I did watch some of the filler in between the last two, or this arc and the last arc. I know there was some canon in there that some of the patrons kind of told me to watch, so thank you to the patrons here for giving me a heads up on that. I think the biggest one, the elephant in the room, is fucking Danzo, dude. Become the 6th Hokage. Feudal Lord seems like a joke, bro. But yeah, I mean, it was funny. Like after I watched that, I like messaged in the Patreon. I was like, y'all, freaking Danzo, you kidding me? You kidding me? I literally had like a visceral like reaction of disgust. I was like, are you serious? So that's where we're at, and that freaking sucks. What a terrible time for Danzo to come in the mix, getting more power when the Leaf Village is like on its knees here. So I don't know where we'll go from here. I think we saw Sasuke is going to start in the Leaf Village too. That'll be interesting with Danzo as well, because obviously Danzo's probably like the main person he's after, and the other elders. So we'll see. They're definitely setting up an interesting arc here. What else did we get? I really like the filler with Aruka and Naruto. I really liked that being fleshed out more. You know, we got done the very first episode of classic Naruto, but I really, really loved how, you know, Aruka was shown to struggle with teaching Naruto at the beginning because of the Nine Tail and his pain with his parents being killed by the Nine Tail. I thought that was really realistic. It was really cool to see, but also seeing how much suffering Naruto was going through at that time. You know, we've been told that there's flashbacks throughout a lot of Naruto and other arcs with Jinchuriki, like the first arc of Shippuden with Gaara and Naruto, and the hateful eyes they would see, just the discrimination or prejudice they would have against them. Yeah, I really liked it being fleshed out because you get to see just how much the people hated him or mistrusted him. Even the kids were told not to like him, and it's just interesting seeing him like try to survive on his own, right? He didn't have any, he literally lived by himself. I've always thought that was kind of funny. Like, why does Naruto live by himself? There's no orphanage or anything like that, but like, it does show just how lonely he was. And I love how they connect Aruka and Naruto together, like seeing the impacts of Aruka kind of being disconnected from Naruto and how that affected Naruto even more. You know, really made him lose his faith in going to the academy. But then eventually, as Aruka gets past in and, you know, sticks up for Naruto, protects Naruto, puts his life on the line for Naruto, it gives Naruto more faith again. I love that. What else did we get? We got Inari and Tazuna coming to help support the Leaf Village. I love that we got a little flashback to them. That was really cool. Real big flashback to the Land of Waves. Love seeing Inari grown up and Tazuna helping out. I just think it's cool that they're coming back and kind of giving back to the Leaf Village here. And one part that like was really sad, but I liked too, was when they were asking about Sasuke and where he was, because they want to see how he's doing. And obviously there's a lot they don't know, and Naruto kind of is able to diffuse the situation and not like put this pain on Sakura, for example, who was like, damn, like this kind of sucks, right? Yeah, and I think there was some more stuff with, I think, the Akatsuki and trying to get someone who can control the Gedo statue, since Nagato's gone, obviously. Yeah, so it seems like we're going to have like a little bit of a shift in plot here, maybe some moving pieces. I'm excited for it. A little nervous, not going to lie, with Danzo coming in the mix, but it should be cool, man. But yeah, y'all, I think with that being said, we can go ahead and get into this reaction. Thanks again for joining me on this journey. I just always want to make sure y'all know how much I appreciate you. It's been so much fun, and starting another arc here. Let's freaking do it, y'all. Ooh, size in the mix. I wonder if we will get more of Sai in this arc with Danzo coming more in here. Oh, hey Cello, trying to come in here. Oh yeah, they were looking for Kabuto.
里よりの指令をお伝えします。サイは里に帰還、隊長はこのまま兜の追跡を続行。新たに我々が配下に加わります。
任務の途中でヤマトが慌てて里に戻っていったが何かあったのか。
Oh, they sure did.
撃を受け町は壊滅。
You missed a lot.
そのため、木陰の6代。
Get your tail out of here, girl.
サイ、では。
ここまでずっと一緒だったってのに、最後まで愛想のない。
That's Sai.
木陰に。
忍者とは裏で動くことがその極意だが、裏の者も時には表に出ねばならぬ時がある。気は今わしが表に出ねばなる。
Dude, I freaking hate him.
さらなる忠誠に期待する。はっ
I saw it, y'all. Nothing we don't know. Freaking Danzo.
いやさ、この葉の里にむっちゃくちゃ可愛い子がいっぱいいてさ。
Gonna fall for Sakura right away.
一体どうしようかと思ってさ。この葉を去る別れの時、その子が俺のことを愛しすぎて離れたくないって言われたら。
It's a future problem, bro.
とか言われても怖いし。
Oh, jeez.
嬉しいの
That's
か
a
嫌
little
なの。
intense.
まさかそんなうちわざとじゃないし、まさかあんな石ころで。なわけないでしょ。とにかく人を探すわよ。
お前たち、何者だ。
雲隠れの寒いと言います。雲隠れの長、雷影の使いで来ました。
雷影様の先ほどは失礼いたしました。
Yeah, I wonder how Danzo's gonna treat these ones here.
役もいないし、里はこんなになってるしで何があったのかと驚きました。
暁の仕業です。すぐにこの葉も警戒態勢を敷き、監視を強化します。
Oh my god, dude, these two.
おかげさま宛ての手紙を預かっていますので。
しかし、それは
何か。
この頭のコブがもしかして。
ああ、いい。
なんてこった。タイミングの悪い。
封印術の情報でろくなもんなんて一つもねえよ。
会議を要請する手紙だ。
ほらな。
五影会議。
おかげさまの意識がない。
ですからその手紙はほかげ側近である私が預かっておきます。
Oh, here comes freaking Danzo.
ほかげの代理の方でいい。手紙をすぐにでも見て返事をいただきたい。雷影は急いでいます。
しかし。
そのもの。
Oh man, the Ambu Op's mask.
わしが新たな六代目火影だ。手紙はわしが拝見いたぞ。
まさかそんな断層が。
どうした。
Oh, she hasn't heard yet.
江戸のへの返事がいるのだろう。
Damn, long ass letter.
やはりこうなったか。
で、お答えは。
おい。
キバどうしたの。
いいか、落ち着いて聞けよ。綱手様が火影を解任された。六代目は団蔵って人に決まったみてえだ。俺はよく知らねえんだけど、裏の人間らしい。
団蔵ですって。団蔵って。
Yeah, real surprising act behind the scenes.
驚くのは。
Y'all, this arc's gonna piss me off.
代目は受け人としてサスケを始末する許可を出しやがった。
どういうことだってばよ。
俺だってよくわかんねえよ。
船出様が回復するまで待てないってこと。
Yeah, but to place Danzo, the opposite of her.
普通は抹殺するのがセオリー。船出様だったからこそ穏便に計らってくれただけだ。
私団蔵に会ってくる。
だから待て。いきなり怒鳴り込んでも何の解決にもならないよ。
綱手様が目を。
Yeah, don't take any rash decisions. Danzo's dangerous.
俺も行くってばよ。
二人とも少し落ち着け。こんな時こそ冷静にならなきゃうまくことは運ばんぞ。
Mm-hmm.
なんかなれっかよ。サスケに手なんか出させねえ。
待てって言ってるでしょ。団蔵はお前たちがそう行動に出ると考え済みだ。会ってどうするつもりなの。
乱暴なんかしねえよ。ただサスケの剣は変えてもらうよ。話をつけるだけだ。
ことさ
There's no change in his mind, bro.
到底思えないよ。まだ大名の任命だけで常任衆からの信任投票は受けていないが、団蔵は火影だ。下手をすれば牢にぶち込まれることに。
Yep.
それでもいい。俺は行く。
私も。
This isn't good, y'all.
首を持っている。
それがなんだってばよ。
だから団蔵はお前をこの里に拘束しておきたいと思ってる。打ち込まれてもいい？それじゃ相手の思うツボだぞ。それじゃサスケを探すこともできなくなる。
Yeah, you gotta make sure you have some liberty to help Sasuke while he's being hunted down.
なんでしょ
ナルトを見張り、何か変わったことがあれば逐一わしに報告しろ。
う。はい。一つ質問してもよろしいでしょうか。
なんだ。
ナルトをどうなさるおつもりですか。
心配するが、今やナルトは里の英雄だ。里の皆もナルトを信頼しきっている。
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, for good reason, man. No one should fucking trust you.
おかげとしての体裁に触る。市民投票を控える大切な時期だからな。だが、ナルトは陣中力だ。おかげとして陣中力は監視しておかなくてはなる。綱手のように甘くはできん。
わかりました。
では、行け。
Maybe Sai will be our double agent here. Hopefully.
ちょうどあんたを探してたとこ。少し話があるんだ。
なんです。
団蔵について詳しく教えてほしいの。サイ。
それは無理だよ。
なんでだよ。まさかまたあいつの側に。
いや、そういうことじゃない。僕は団蔵様のことを一切話せないようになってるんだ。これのせいで。
なんだってばよ。それって順位？
そう、順位。
Some kind of... Dude, it is a curse mark. Jeez.
団蔵様に関することを話そうとすれば全身がしびれて、話すことも体を動かすこ
It's
と。
fucking ridiculous, man. Like,
根の者は全員ね。
so much darkness even within the Leaf Village, dude.
団蔵様や根の組織は隠密だから、里を守るために裏の汚い仕事をいくつもやってきた。情報が漏れるようなことがあってはならないんだ。たとえ捕虜になったとしても一言も話さないように。
でもそんなやり方、自分の部下に順位まで施すなんて納得できない。
Yeah. It's like even spies, like cyanide pills, they get captured.
里を大切に思っていることに変わりはない。
だったらつな
I don't know about that. Different kind of love in my opinion.
委任を放ってサスケ君を追い詰めるつもりじゃない。
そうだったの。僕はサスケ君については何も聞いて。
サスケってのについていろいろ教えてもらおうか。どうやらお友達らしいな、てめえ。
Oh, Naruto ain't fucking around, bro.
影分身の術。
切るなよ。
やってる。さくらさん。
Dang, bro.
大丈夫か、さくらちゃん。額当ては雲隠れの忍び。
なんでこんなところに。
なんだってばよ、おめえら。
お前たちさっきサスケの話をしてただろ。こいつの話を聞かせろ。
あんたたち雲隠れの忍びに何の関係があんのよ。
終わりだ。
Kinda does.
手が俺たちの里を襲った。
てめえらのとこの抜け人うちらの師匠を連れ去りやがった。師匠は生死不明だバカ野郎。そんな嘘。なんでサスケ君がそんなことを。
暁の奴らの目的なんて知るかよ。
暁ってどういうことだ。てめえふざけてんのか。暁の一員だろうが。
お前らが抜け人をの
Damn.
大影様が俺たちを使わしたんだ。内派の始末の許可も手にほかげからもらった。
サスケがこいつらの師匠。
Yeah, there's not much he can do to protect him when he's doing shit like that.
シラが倒す。サスケ、お前どうなっちまったんだ。
Yeah, Naruto believes it. The heck? What was that?
よう、サスケ。
Oh, it's a teleportation thing.
こいつのチャクラ突然感じた。どういうこと。
あちゃー、バッドタイミング。どうして俺の居場所が分かった。
俺をなめるな。こっちにはそれなりの能力がある。
から何の用だ。俺たちタカは暁を抜けた。お前らにもう用はない。
お前たちは俺との約束を裏切ったことになっている。
何のことだ。
移住狩りの件だ。
俺ならもうあんたたちに8尾を飼って渡したはずだろ。
あれは変わり身だ。
Yep, they got played by the oldest trick in the book.
お前らは8尾に1杯食わされたのさ。
Classic.
見切っていた。分身の好きなどはありえなかったはず。体を唯一分断したあれか。
正直お前らにはがっかりしたぞ。
だからってじゃあどうする。
Disappointed dad.
いけないだろ。
いや、暁としてやった仕事は最後までやってもらう。とは言っても
Dude, Jugo as a kid is so funny. Kinda thought he was gonna like grow back up, but
とあると言ったら。
ここでお前らとやり合うこと
damn.
得ないということだ。
ストール。
Dude, Sasuke, bro, you gotta chill.
今さらこの葉へ行っても少し遅い。
俺ごとすり抜けた。前と同じだ。こいつの能力か。
お前の目的は今や虚しく聞こえてくる。残念だ。
どういうことだ。
この葉隠れの里はもうない。
どういうこと？
Let's see Sasuke's reaction here. I'm curious.
俺が説明してやる。
こいつ。
安心しろ、俺の仲間だ。で、おかげは誰になった？
団蔵ってやつだよ。
大方予想通りになったな。
団蔵、おかげだと。
そうだ、お前の兄を追い詰めた木の葉の上層部の一人だ。そいつが新たな火影になった。
この葉で何があった？
俺の部下。
Pain.
木の葉を潰した。お前もペインも派手にやりすぎたせいで、ついに火影も動き出したようだ。
火影たちが。
火影階段が開かれる。
そこからは僕が説明。
Five Kage Summit sounds so dope, dude, for some reason.
知ってることは全て話してもらう。忍術のスタイルや能力についてはもちろん、お前らが集めた暁の情報と。
They don't owe you shit.
そんな嘘よ。サスケくんが暁に入ったなんて。それって確かなのか？
内派の家紋を確認した。リストの用紙も一致してる。
そんなことって。何泣いてんだこら。泣きてえのはこっちなんだよ。てめえが泣いてもキラー B 様もユギト様も帰ってこねえ。泣く暇があったらさっさとサスケについて話せ。
待ってよ君たち。おそらくこのサスケ抹殺の承諾がなされた時点で木の葉にあるサスケの情報は君らの側に渡されるはずだ。ここでこの人たちにそこまで詰め寄らなくても。
確かにそうだ。
Good guy, Sai, man.
今それを受け取るのを待ってる。
じっとなんかしてられるかよ。俺たちの師匠が。
We'll just fucking go.
ってのに。
エロ仙人の仇は俺が撃つ。じっとなんてしてらんねえんだよ。
関係ないお前らには俺らの気持ちはわからねえだろうがな。
その師匠ってのは人中力か。
Mm-hmm.
俺も人中力だ。暁は人中力を狙っている。俺も関係ねえわけじゃね
え。Yeah, you tell him.
必ず生け捕りにする。お前らの師匠はまだ生きてるかもしれねえってばよ。とか助けのことよりまずはその師匠を助けんのが先だ。
本当に本当か？本当に本当だろうな。だ
から言っただろ。あの人。
俺もお前らの師匠を助けるのに協力するってば。
Ooh.
暁の情報もあるだけ渡す。
This is a good way to influence the situation, man.
うちらについてこい。サスケのことについて話してもらう。ナルト。
俺に任せてくれ、さくらちゃん。
お前、名前は？
渦巻き。ナルト。
Naruto. Dope, man. Cool, man. It'd be kind of cool if they do rescue Killer B and like he could help teach Naruto on like how to control the Nine Tail, because Killer B had really good control of his.
そのナルトってのがペインを一人でやったのか？
そうだよ。
Let me see Sasuke's reaction.
多分今やったら。
Ooh.
そんなことはどうでもいい。
You cocky son of a bitch, Sasuke.
ターゲットの団蔵ってのがその火影階段？
Yeah, just go attack the summit. Take on all the Kages, Sasuke, if you're so confident.
俺たちタカは火影階段で他。
Oh. Yep, okay.
それがいいだろ
う。で、その火影階段の場所はどこなの？めんどくせえことになりやがったな。
Yeah.
の分身が案内するよ。
We're gonna see a new form of Zetsu? Oh god. It's kind of cool. I want to see a little bit more of him, honestly. I feel like he's always just kind of been that plot device to spy and have the Katsuki know one thing. So it'd be cool to see a little bit more of him. He obviously is going to be a lot more important since he's alive still.
こいつらを信用していいのか？まずは様子を見る。何かおかしな様子があればアマテラスで処理する。ちょうど試したいこともあるしな。
うまくいったな。いや、長門にしても俺のための輪廻転生の術をあんな風に使うとは思わなかった。裏切るとは。
I even didn't care about betraying you in that moment, bro. That was such a good moment, man.
サスケが長門以上になったとしてもコントロールできなければ意味がない。ゲドマゾも当分はリンクさせるつもりはない。
Oh, he's gonna try to get him to synchronize. How would you like get him to synchronize though? Like, I'm assuming like you need Rinnegan for that.
だが、俺の本命ルートじゃないのは確かだ。渦巻きナルト。奴のせいで少し計画がずらされた。どうする？動くのか。虎視眈々と行くのはここまでだ。月の目計画を急ぐとしよう。
Project Tasuki no Mi? What? He's gonna come out of the shadows a bit more. Jesus, dude. I don't like these guys too much so far. They're a lot.
やっぱり話すね。サスケを売るなんてことはできねえ。
だけじゃねえぞてめえ。ここへ来て今更何言ってやがる。
けどサスケは同じこの葉隠れの忍びだ。仲間だ。だから命がけで助ける。それがこの羽生だ。
ルト、私の一生のお願い。サスケ君を連れ戻して。どうなんだ。なんとか言え。
Chill.
忍びとはその憎しみとの戦いなんだ。
Yeah.
その憎しみと戦っている。
I guess these two are having some hatred right now too.
その正義はさらなる復讐を生み。
Yeah, they're trying to get their justice.
わがままなのは分かってるけど、サスケは売れねえ。すまん。お前らの復讐したいって気持ちは分かるってばよ。けど憎しみに任せてサスケを殺しちまったら、今度は俺の仲間が黙ってねえかもしんねえ。やったらやり返す。その繰り返しが始まっちまう。守りてえはずの仲間がお互いにどんどん殺し合っちまう。
したのはてめえらのサスケだ。そんなもん知るか。サスケはぶっ殺す。
なら俺らの憎しみはどこに持っていきゃいい。どう責任取って。
To yourself, man. Deal with it. Overcome it.
そのまで俺をぶん殴ってくれ。
Wow.
それくらい。
Damn.
都合のいいこと言ってんじゃねえ。そんなんでうちらの気が済むかどうか。だったら試してやるよこら。ほら。
Jeez, dude. Naruto is putting his actions where his beliefs are, man. That's really admirable.
あまりよその里で勝手してなきゃいいけど。
Yeah, they sure are, bro.
それにしてもこの葉をここまでにするなんて、そんな強敵をどうやって。
暁のやつを相手にたった一人で渡り合ったんだからな。
まさかナルトがここまでやってくれるとは。
あいつは英雄ってやつだよ。おかげになるべきやつだ。
Yeah, for real. I'd rather have him than fucking Danzo right now, bro. I know it's too early for Naruto, but he would be a better Hokage in my mind.
耳を包んでいたらしいわ。
At least for what a Hokage is supposed to be.
じゃあサスケ君は本当に。
さくら。
Yeah, it's hard for Sakura to accept. He's getting further away. Oh, dude.
あんこはペダレのダジム寺に尾行させております。あんこを始末しており。
Dispose of her?
大切な時期だ。
Chill.
状況を悪くする可能性は避けたい。人員をもっと増やせ。あんこより先に兜を拘束するのだ。あやつ。
Seems like Kabuto's gonna be
関係を知っているやもしれん。
action to Orochimaru. What?
人体実験のデータを持っている。
I was about to say Kabuto seems like he's gonna be a main player in this arc.
足の右目、右腕の役に立つはずだからな。フートトルネは残り。
You know, I've never thought about his rapping, man. What's he hiding behind there? And he said his right eye and left arm?
五影階段へ行く。階段には特例を除き。
My mind's spinning right now, thinking about what it could be.
根の中でも一二を争うお前たち二人にを任せることにした。面は禁止されている。トレ。
Are we gonna know these people at all? Nope.
護衛のための武装はどのレベルまで。
そんなことは気にするな。お前に任せる。トルネ。にナルトを見張らせておき。タイが根を裏切るような真似はしまいが、用心のためだ。
It's like Cyclops from X-Men.
てておき。
And Danzo's getting more mysterious, y'all. That was cool. Connections to Orochimaru is nutty. That's not a good connection to have. Damn. It's fogged up.
先に言っとく。いくらやろうがうちらの気は晴れねえ。サスケのこと言うまで。
What does that say about you continue to punch him?
邪魔すんじゃねえよ。こりゃこいつが望んでこうしたことだ。
サイ、お前は突っ込んでろ。
ナルト、君がサスケなんかのために殴られてやる必要はない。
俺の勝手だ。昔俺はサスケのことが大嫌いだった。でも 一緒にいて本当はすごく楽しかったんだってばよ。サスケは俺の友達だから、やっとできた大切なつながりだから。
サスケは君を傷つけるばかりじゃないか。僕なら
邪魔するならお前もやっちまうぞこ
もうやめとけ、軽い。こいつら殴り倒したところで何も。
Yeah, for real, dude. This chick needs to chill.
こいつはキラー B 様を救出する手助けをするって約束はしてくれた。ここまでやって仲間を売らねえ。敵だけどこういうやつは好きだ。
Yeah. Can earn his trust that way, man.
いくらやろうがこいつはサスケを売らねえよ。口にしたことを曲げねえタイプだ。寒い隊長。
重い、軽い。情報収集はどんな感じ？何か問題でも起こしたんじゃないでしょうね。
And now you're acting like that.
B 様が生きてるかもしれねえってことが分かった。助けに行こう。まず暁のアジトを探索しまくるんだ。
それでどうする？キラー B 様を捕らえるような奴らに私たちだけで、それもいくつあるかもわからない暁のアジトをしらみつぶしに。まずは情報収集と分析、どっちの方が早い？ユギトの時の二の舞はしてはいけない。私たちは情報を持って雷影様に直接会う。いろいろと情報が多すぎるから。
俺も連れてってくれってばよ。俺もお前らの人中力助けんの協力して。
ナルト。
それに
He's got a good track record for saving Jinchuriki, man.
ことがあるんだ。
大影様だ。ふざけんなてめえ。
God, she's so annoying, man.
木の葉の里の皆が噂していた渦巻きナルトか。素性のはっきりしない君を移動中で警備が手薄な今、雷影様に合わせるわけにはいかない。さあ、軽い重い、行くよ。サスケと暁の情報の閲覧許可が出た。書き写すのに時間がかかる。お前たちにも手伝ってもらうよ。
サイ。
何？
カゲ先生と山本隊長のところへ連れてってくれ。
分かった。さ
I mean, I guess him getting a pummeling at least shows them his character. He earned one of their trust. But still, man, that was hard to watch.
こうして。
カカシ先生。
そうか、ナルトがそんなことを。
カカシ先生。ナルトやサクラを苦しめるサスケくんとのつながりというのはそんなに大切なものなのでしょうか？なぜ二人は苦しむのにそこまで？
サイ、前はナルトの見張り役だろう。
それは。
いい、分かってる。ナルトを助けに入ったってのは見張り役のすることじゃない。お前もそろそろ自分で気づいてるはずだ。サイ。
Interesting. Definitely some good narrative about the pain that comes with trying to stay attached to people who are hurting you. If it's worth it or not.
いいんだ、サイ。さっきはすまねえ。ありがとうだってばよ。
いえ。
まったく派手にやられたな。
ごめん。
少しの間、安静にしてなきゃダメだな。
俺ってば、雷影に会ってくる。
何を言い出すんだ。これから5影階段もある。どの隠れ里も外へ出ることや過激な任務は自粛するのが決まりだ。
会ってどうする？
俺はサスケを許してもらえるよ。説得する。
今は君の封印用の首飾りもないんだよ。人中力の君は里の外に出るべきじゃない。それでなくても先の戦いで8本目までキュウリ化してしまった。運よく封印式が発動してキュウビを抑え込んだけど、次は
Yeah, he needs to gain control.
使ってる。君にずっとついていられない。
4代目に会ったんだ。
Yeah, dude.
この前キュウビ化を止めてくれたのは4代目だってばよ。
どういうことです？4代目はすでに。
地球風神はまだ謎の多い封印術。
Mm-hmm.
樹脂の中に己の精神エネルギーを閉じ込めていたんだろう。
その時4代目が教えてくれたんだ。16年前のキュウビ事件は暁の面してるやつがやったって。それに4代目も手が出ねえくれ。
That's an important conversation, man.
そいつが黒幕だと。ベインはそいつに利用されてるとも言ってた。サスケが暁に入ったってことは、サスケもそいつに利用されてるだけだってばよ。
100%.
ジライア様が危惧していた通りだ。16年前のあの事件、あいつの仕業だったとはな。そいつはシャリンガを持っていた。里に恨みを持ち、里を抜けた内派一族でキュウビを口寄せできるのはマダラぐらいだ。
マダラと聞くと何があっても不思議じゃないですからね。生きてたってことですかね。
マダラって。
マダラ。Oh, he remembers it too.
非常にまがまがしいチャクラ。かつての内派マダラと同じだな。
マダラって誰なんだ？
初代ホカゲと戦い散ったとされる元木の葉の忍び。
Let me see that fight, please. I'm still waiting. I want to see it.
情報は
We might never get it, but I want it.
はい。
ホカゲにはお前が連絡してくれ。
はい。
ナルト、4代目はお前に何て言った？
Wonder if Kakashi misses the fourth too.
父親ってのは息子にいろいろ言いたがるもんだろ？
俺を信じてるって。
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
ま、俺とヤマトはナルトの付き添いね。何先輩の俺の言うことが聞けないっての？天蔵？
話って約束でしょ？
まあま
あ。It's gonna be great seeing them all together again. Yamato and Kakashi together are always geeky, dude. Alright, y'all. Man, things are moving pretty quickly here. 5 Kage Summit. You know, everyone's already being called here. You know, got Danzo making moves in the back, you know, well, in front, in the light, and in the background. Got Madara making moves, it seems, directly with Sasuke and trying to get him to get involved with the 5 Kage Summit. Him having some kind of more direct influence here coming out of the shadow. Seems like, you know, ultimately this is part of his plan more so than, you know, the Akatsuki kind of slowly taking over the tailed beast just in itself for that weapon. There's probably something more going on here. Yeah, I really liked I don't know, just how things are moving along very quickly here. I liked the Cloud Village Ninjas kind of being in the mix from the start. Although a little frustrating seeing some of the interactions with them and the Leaf Ninjas, well, especially Naruto and Sakura, but overall, lots of more mystery kind of being introduced here and continuing themes. Let's start with Danzo, because I feel like that's kind of the elephant in the room, is just him stepping into the Hokage role, the sixth Hokage, right? And already kind of making moves, moving pawn pieces around. You know, he, from the start, and I feel like he probably would have done this anyways, even if the Cloud Village Ninjas didn't come here, or the Hokage would, you know, informed the Leaf Village of this. Like he officially marks Sasuke as a rogue ninja, and, you know, gives the authority for people to hunt him down and end him. And it was interesting seeing Naruto and Sakura's reaction to that. Obviously they're upset, but Kakashi's pretty grounded per usual. He's like, I mean, in most situations he probably would have already been marked as a rogue ninja and dealt with. It's just because of Tsunade was there to protect him, and Sarutobi before that, I guess, too. Actually, Sarutobi was dead at that point, so just Tsunade, really, and who she is as a strong leader, seeing kind of past that, you know, Sasuke's kind of acting out his revenge cycle, his hatred itself. And, you know, practically speaking, it makes sense, though, especially if Danzo wants to work more with the 5 Kages. I think, you know, Danzo kind of represents maybe a lot of the old ways of this ninja world, and probably likes the way that the nations are all split up in their power and whatnot. So I think it makes sense that he wants to work with the Cloud Village, or the village hidden in the clouds. So we'll have to see what he does with that. And then he also tells Sai to keep an eye on Naruto. He knows that he can't just deal with Naruto and constrain him, probably to the extent that he wants to, but, you know, because Naruto's a hero. But ultimately, you know, he seems to have plans to kind of keep him isolated in the village, and is moving pieces around to do that. The most interesting part for Danzo, though, is the conversation he has around Anko and her pursuit of Kabuto. You know, he separates Sai from Anko, and they're, you know, it seemed like they were very close to tracking Kabuto down from other old Orochimaru hideouts and whatnot. And, you know, we get some inner dialogue from Danzo that he's afraid that Kabuto knows of, you know, intel on Danzo being tied to Orochimaru. Now, that's extremely interesting. You know, what he's after is the human experiment data, and he kind of references his left eye, right? Or is it his right eye? No, his right eye and his left arm, and how that data would be helpful. Now, there's nothing more than that, but, you know, I immediately went to theory crafting mode when I heard that. You know, there's two ways I'm thinking about it. You know, I haven't really thought about why Danzo has his eye covered. If I go based off of like someone like Kakashi, maybe he has something special there, or, you know, maybe something transplanted, or his arm's been transplanted, or maybe something's just wrong with his eye and arm, and he wants to use Orochimaru's data to, I guess, do something with it to heal himself or something. Like maybe his eye's just like broken or something, and he wants to use the data to heal it. I kind of feel like it's more likely to be the former though, where like if he's nervous about a tie to Orochimaru, that means that he probably had a tie to Orochimaru back in the day when he was still in the Leaf, or maybe when he first went rogue and, you know, Danzo's kind of the shady type to maybe make some deals and stuff. So I'm imagining there's something more with Orochimaru being connected to Danzo in some shape and form with the experience that he was doing back then. So really, really interesting then. Really interesting information that we get, and it kind of leads to even more mystery about Danzo. So kind of cool that we're already getting more, you know, even though it sucks that Danzo's the Hokage, it's cool that we're kind of getting his character fleshed out a little bit more, and I think we'll get to know his backstory and, you know, connections to other characters a lot more through this arc. We also get, you know, Team Taka and Sasuke getting confronted by Madara. See Madara's like portal kind of teleportation jutsu thing kind of right in front of us. And he's basically re-influencing Sasuke again. You know, he's kind of catching him up that the Leaf Village has been destroyed, that Danzo's the Hokage, that Naruto defeated Pain or Nagato, and that Naruto's even stronger than Sasuke right now, or that's what Zetsu says, which is really cool. Kind of some power scaling there, that where Naruto's at is stronger than Sasuke, which I think makes sense. Now, if they were going to fight right now, I feel like Sasuke might still be able to beat him just based off of the Genjutsu factor. And I mean, even the Amaterasu is crazy strong in itself. Like, you get hit once by that, you're kind of toast. So I don't know if they would still win in a one-on-one. What Naruto needs is to learn how Killer Bee harnesses his tailed beast to like aggravate his chakra so he gets out of the Genjutsu. That's what Naruto really needs to learn. He needs to control his tailed beast. So I'm curious if him helping the Cloud Village ninjas to find Killer Bee, I mean, they separate at the end, but I think it's going to be part of this plot line. It will maybe eventually help him get a Jinchuriki mentor, and that could be Killer Bee, which would be crazy. Can you imagine Killer Bee doing rhymes and crazy shit while trying to teach Naruto? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I mean, maybe just in raw power, Naruto's stronger right now. Though maybe not the best one-on-one matchup still, but yeah, Sasuke's reaction is interesting. He doesn't really seem to care, cocky as always, and he redirects his focus to going after Danzo in the 5 Kage Summit. So he's going to get involved there, and it seems like Madara is happy with that. That's what he wanted. He's trying to influence him. Karin doesn't seem to be, she kind of seems to see through this influence a little bit. She's a little concerned. So it's gonna be interesting if Karin and the others might be able to help Sasuke kind of see through this and like not be such a pawn to Madara. And now Sasuke, of course, is very confident and full of himself right now, and he seems like he can deal with anything no matter what. So he's kind of like playing into the hands of them still because he's pretty confident in himself. But yeah, after they separate, it's pretty interesting because Zetsu and Madara are having a conversation about their plans and how this is kind of like a backup plan. But that Madara still kind of had a contingency plan here to use Sasuke to some degree. But he really mentions how the loss of Nagato's important because they lose control of the Geto statue. They need somebody to, you know, I guess inherit that, you know, power, and Sasuke seems to be the pawn he wants to use for that. But even more so, he also says that Nagato like betrayed him by using the Geto art of Rind Rebirth. You know, and Madara wanted to use that for his own benefit. Now I'm curious like why the rebirth thing is so important. Like that healed everybody. Like was he wanted to use that if he ever got hurt, or is there something deeper going on here? Like how has Madara survived all these years? You know, like that is kind of a key question. How is he so old? You know, outside of like immortality jutsu and stuff like that, maybe he wanted to use this, or he's been using it for his own vitality, maybe? I don't know. It's interesting. It makes me a little curious on if Nagato has been helping Madara like live longer. But then again, like Madara had to like live for a long period of time before he met Nagato, or at least is what I would assume. So, but pretty interesting on that front. And ultimately, they say that he's going to kind of come out of the shadows and have a more direct impact on what's going on. He calls it Project Suki no Mi or something. I don't know how to say it, but you know, it was in quotes and stuff, so I'm assuming it's going to be a kind of a crazy plan or project here. So going to be interesting. Madara kind of coming more to the forefront. I wonder if he's going to be kind of taking the place as the main antagonist, which would make sense now that Pain's gone. R.I.P. Pain, man. What a villain. Madara's got some big shoes to fill. I think he could fill it because he's really mysterious and dope too, but he's definitely going to be a different kind of villain that you can tell. Since he was the one in the shadows manipulating Pain, he's probably going to be more of that like raw evil type character, whereas Nagato had some like altruism to his plan and trying to end this cycle of hatred just in a backwards way and hurting people around it. Madara seems a little bit more like selfish to a degree for his own power, so going to be interesting there. Let's also talk a little bit about the Cloud Village ninjas and the confrontation between them and Naruto, Sai, and Sakura. Really like that little fight we got between them, little sparring session to a degree. I don't know, they seem pretty strong. One, like they can kind of keep up with them. Naruto's super dope in that scene. But one thing they mentioned is like Killer Bee and Lady Yugito. Now I didn't know who Yugito was, and I took the risk and Googled it, but it sounded like I should know. And that was the two-tailed beast, the one that Hidan and Kakuzu killed at the beginning of that arc. Or they didn't kill her, but they captured her and took her power and killed her. Pretty interesting that the Cloud Village had two Jinchurikis. I think someone on Patreon actually mentioned that, so shout out to y'all. That kind of helped me connect the dots as well, but kind of cool that they had two. I don't think we've had a village that had two. Maybe that explains why Killer Bee is like, I mean, he's like the oldest one we've seen, right? So maybe that explains why maybe they have multiple, is like they're able to kind of like maintain their Jinchuriki longer and not like isolate them as much. They seem to have more respect for their Jinchuriki than these other nations do, these other villages. So pretty interesting there. But yeah, ultimately they're like, they're stuck in their hatred and vengeance cycle. And I really like how this is still, this theme of the cycle of hatred and kind of breaking it is very prevalent in the story, even after this arc with Nagato, because Naruto doesn't have the answer, right? He doesn't have it yet. You know, we kind of got somewhat of an answer that it needs to be faith driven from the end of last arc to keep on believing in it. And we see Naruto kind of enacting through that. He's like, I don't know how to, he couldn't sell Sasuke out to them. I don't really think he owes them anything, to be honest, even though he's part of the Leaf Village. He doesn't owe them that, in my opinion. But yeah, I thought they were a little out of line, to be honest, asking for that information and them not having understanding that like it's their friends, right? Once again, understanding different perspectives, the people in front of you's perspectives versus your own, is really important for trying to move through the hatred. Maybe not heal it completely because it's there, but to like decompress it a little bit, you know. And they were a little incapable of that. But Naruto connects with them on, you know, being a Jinchuriki and whatnot, and kind of lowers their guards to a degree, especially the guy one, which I thought was really cool. Opens up a lot of possibilities there. But Naruto kind of takes on like their hatred and lets the girl one just pummel him. Ugh, that scene was really hard to watch. That girl was kind of pissing me off, I'm not gonna lie. Spoiler alert, incoming Sako for that bitch. But yeah, I really liked his character in that scene though. Like he's living by his word once again. He's you know, putting his actions where his mouth is and just trying to stop this cycle of hatred. He knows if these two go and kill Sasuke, that maybe his own comrades will not be able to stop their hatred, and he'll just end up in a war between the village hidden in the clouds and the village hidden in the leaves. You know, it's just not a conducive cycle to let it keep going that way, and instead he takes a beating for it. I also really like Sai in these episodes. I thought him caring for Naruto and Sakura and like questioning why they're taking on so much pain was really interesting. You know, he's kind of teetering on, you know, not following his duty from Danzo, and Kakashi seems to be like trying to be like, hey, be careful here. Like, we need you to kind of play that double agent role. Don't like show your hand here. Like, Kakashi can tell that Sai cares about them and he's going to protect them to a degree, but he doesn't want them to, he wants them to trust them still and probably reveal his hand against Danzo at some point, you know, in the right moment, not now. But I like how Sai's like questioning like that pain they're taking on. I think that's really realistic. And like too, it's like, you know, you can care so much about someone and want to, you know, you can believe in them a ton, but they might bring you a lot of pain from their own actions, or you might bring yourself pain by staying attached. Maybe you need to let go. I think that's kind of being brought up in question here from the authors, like through Sai's character watching Naruto and Sakura take so much pain. You know, when's the right time to kind of like let that go? Is that bond really worth it? Pretty interesting to think about there. But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the character ratings for MVP. I'm gonna give it to Naruto for him taking that beating, like that the character it showed, for him to try to take whatever he can in the cycle of hatred to like stop it. And obviously it doesn't stop, what's her name? Kari, I think, something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it doesn't really quell her hatred. She's still really angry. But it does prove to Omo, I don't know, the guy one, that Naruto is a man to be trusted. He's somebody to, you know, that just because he's not going to give up the information on Sasuke doesn't mean that he's completely against them, right? It just means that he has his own values and morality, and he's like somebody who can stick to his word so they can trust him. And I think that's once again one of Naruto's special powers, is kind of helping people believe in him and trust him. That's what he did in Naruto ultimately in Conan. So yeah, I just love that Naruto's kind of living through that, trying to combat that cycle of hatred still, and doing a lot to sacrifice his physical health for it even, right? For the best moment, I'm going to give it to Naruto as well for the scrap against the Cloud Village ninjas. I just thought Naruto was like, I don't know, man, you could just see the maturity in him, especially against like the fight itself. I just really liked kind of the scrap of it. Like the animation was cool. Naruto just being a badass, but I also really like in these moments how Naruto just seems to have a different level of maturity to him compared to the people around him. He really has grown so much with him going through his own version of pain and his wanting justice and vengeance. And, you know, he's able to reach some level of understanding with these Cloud Village ninjas, which in the past he probably wouldn't have been able to do, right? Like maybe people could believe in him because he's got a good character to him, but he was so much more bullish before. And he still is bullish, but in like a more direct or like healthier way. It's more balanced, I guess you could say. Versus you see the Cloud Village ninjas who are kind of immature in their pain. They're not able to see past the hatred at all. They're not able to decompress it. Naruto has to be the one to kind of decompress their hatred by letting them beat him, by helping connect that he's a Jinchuriki, these kind of things. So Naruto in this episode was really good. For the funniest character, I'll give it to Omoi or whatever, the guy Cloud Village Ninja. I really like the boulder rock joke, how they're like, you know, the girl threw it out. She's like, what if a boulder comes and crushes the Leaf Village? And then they pan to like, no. It's so ridiculous. And then for Sako, we'll give that to Kaori, just her hatred, man, and her immaturity with it. You know, I understand that she's upset with the Leaf Village, probably for like their lackadaisical approach to going after Sasuke, but like ultimately her hatred should be directed towards Sasuke. And she's unable to see, I guess, I don't know, just the character of Naruto, and she's just kind of consumed by her hatred. It was a little bit tough to watch that. And you know, if someone else is getting the Sako when Danzo's being the Hokage and starting to make crazy moves and shit, that you fucked up. But yeah, y'all, I think that'll do for these episodes. Good setup, lots of good information. I'm really curious on how the 5 Kage someone's gonna look like. I want to see the other Kages. Like, we haven't really seen any other than the Hokage, I guess Gaara. So Gaara should be there. We're gonna get Gaara in the mix, dude. Yes, I just thought about that. I can't wait to see some Gaara. Yeah, we haven't really seen any other ones. I mean, they've mentioned other ones before, but we haven't really seen any, at least as far as I remember. So it's gonna be cool, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I hope y'all have a really good rest of your day, and I will catch you for the next episodes. Peace.